Wish we would have won. Some things that went on in that game that would have caused us to win, and some self-inflicted wounds late that caused us to lose. So it's a new team that is learning, that Friday night and tonight, close games need to be won, and there's certain things that need to be done to win these games, and we'll learn them as we go. You want to win when you learn these lessons, but I hope this one stings for them, and they're a captive audience as we continue to teach them how to win.
How concerned are you about the bullpen at this point?
Well, you got to throw strikes. It's a carbon copy again. We gave them those runs on Friday night because we walked them, and we gave them that rally today because we walked them. So that's not acceptable.
So you spent a little bit more time with the team by the dugout after the game. What was your message to them, and how do you feel like it was received?
It was received fine. They know that we're not going to panic. They know that we're not going to stray from what wins and loses. So I just reminded them what wins games, and I reminded them why we lost today. It's as simple as that.
Offensively, how do you feel about your team through 7 games?
I want to be better, and I think we will be better. Guys just missed too many fastballs today, in my opinion. A guy they threw had pretty good stuff and good feel and mixed his pitches and was up to 93, but I just think that we're a team that should hit the fastball better than we did when we had the opportunities, and we will.
Good center, Ben.
What did Brandon kind of show you today in his 6 innings?
Well, he showed me he's one of our best guys. Again, 2 earned runs in 6 innings, we'll take that. Every time we'll take that. 9 strikeouts, 3 walks. We'll take that every time.
Two things. What was the explanation on the double play where the run counted there? And then in the 10th inning, was there any debate on whether or not to go away from Graham once he walked a few guys to start?
Yeah, well, again, on that appeal play, it was too late in the play. We had already gotten the 3rd out, and they said it was not an appealable play at that point. And then, Graham's one of the guys we need to be good for us, and he was throwing 96 miles an hour, and he just needs to stay in the strike zone. So we're going to continue to stick with him, but he just needs to make sure when he's in there he's throwing strikes. There's not a lack of confidence in him. It's he, and we know he's got to throw strikes.
You mentioned that team's young and has to kind of learn how to win. Is that how do you convey that message to them? Are there some things that you pointed out, or is it just going through the experience?
Both. I mean, you need to point out the things in that game that should have been handled differently or approached differently, and we'll review that on film with the guys. But it's also just a matter of getting a feel for what does it feel like in the 10th inning of a tie ball game, and you can't mimic that in practice, and so it's a combination of the two.
Did you point out some of those things already to them, or seeing it for film?
Both.
First of all, is Noah okay? And what do you think about the way he's handling the bat right now with that big home run today?
Yeah, Noah's fine. Just he turned the ankle a little bit there, but once he walked it off, he was fine, and he's swinging the bat pretty well today. Had the big 3-run homer. That was the only time he was on base today, but Noah's the least of our issues right now. He's playing really well right now for us.
So after Jordan was pitching, what did you think of the way your relievers pitched today?
Well, Cam, I wish Cam would have done a little bit better. Daniel Lloyd was tremendous, and Daniel Lloyd's outing was almost identical to the other night, and we learned our lesson the first time not to put him out there for that 3rd inning, and just need Graham, as I've already mentioned, to just come in there and trust his stuff and throw strikes.
Are the strikeout totals a little high for you offensively right now?
Well, we're averaging, I think, 7 a game. Today was a little higher than it needed to be. What do we have? 12, but we've been averaging 6 or 7. So, no, that's not an issue right now. It's much lower than it was last year. So that's not an issue. It's just a matter of squaring the ball up and taking really good at-bats when we get the chance with guys in scoring position. All right, thanks.